So hey guys, and welcome to the Random Watch Dude channel. Thanks for joining me for another fun-packed video. And today I've got something really special for you guys. I've got a Rolex video, and we all love a Rolex video, don't we? And actually, quick wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing, in celebration of my Rolex video, I'm wearing my Rolex GMT Master 2 Riddler, the VTNR, often referred to as the Sprite. I've got the GMT Master 2 on today, guys. But that's not the Rolex that I want to talk to you about. I'm actually going to talk to you about a new Rolex. Yes, this is an unboxing video, guys. I've got a new Rolex. I got a phone call. Actually, no, I didn't get a phone call because nobody phones you anymore today. I got a text message. Not even a WhatsApp, guys. Not even a WhatsApp. I got a good old-fashioned text message from my favourite Rolex authorised dealer here in Auckland in New Zealand, the Hourglass. I got a text message from the Hourglass, and they've offered me the Rolex that I've been searching for quite some period of time. Now, as some of you will know, I am a Rolex fanboy. I am very fortunate enough to have the GMT Master 2. I'm also fortunate enough to have a Submariner. I've got a Sea Dweller 43. There's one watch which has been kind of eluding me for a little while. Not because I couldn't necessarily get it, but because the timing wasn't quite right for me. The timing wasn't quite right. There are always other watches that popped up before this one, you know, that I was keen to get my hands on. Now the timing felt right, guys. The timing felt right, and it's come up at the perfect time for me, because I've got a feeling that this could be one of the very last modern Rolex models that I buy for a very long time. And during the course of this unboxing video, I'm going to explain to you why. But anyway, let's not waste any more time just listening to me waffle about the backstory. Let's get into the unboxing, guys, right now. I love this pointing thing. It's cool, isn't it? Let's get into it right now. So one of the first points of note here, of course, with any unboxing is you have to talk about the box itself. Otherwise, what's the point of having an unboxing video? And as you guys will probably notice, if you've bought a Rolex or two in the past, you'll notice that this is actually the newer style of box. This is a green box. How exciting! Rolex have done something really cool and exciting. They've changed the colour of the outer box. This is now a green cardboard box. Really quite stunning, isn't it? So let's just take the top off of that. There you go, there's the Rolex logo. Impossible to fake, isn't it? Look at that. Who could possibly fake such a fantastic logo on a piece of cardboard such as this? So yeah, green box, guys, how exciting. And of course, let's just push that out of the way. Here we have the Rolex logo here too. Yeah, there you go, emblazoned, nicely embossed, golden Rolex logo emblazoned there. And of course, here we have the box itself. Now, this box doesn't appear to have changed. I'm told it is different. I'm told by the AD, by the authorised dealer, that this box, this inner green box, which is the presentation box, is different to the previous one. I didn't go as far as to ask how, but there you go. You've got, this is really nice. I think this is really cool. We've got that Rolex badge there, which is just stuck really nicely into this grooved pattern. I'm not sure what this grooved pattern is supposed to be. Maybe it's supposed to resemble velvet curtains or something like that. I don't know, but it is quite nice, isn't it? This box, what's this box made of, I hear you ask? Well, this box is made from sustainable plywood and recycled cardboard covered with recycled leather. There you go, made from sustainable plywood and recycled cardboard covered with recycled leather. Fascinating, isn't it? I mean, how the lengths Rolex go to with their materials. The lengths they go to with their materials, they're even giving you now recycled leather as a cover on their case. Anyway, I know that's exciting for you guys, but the really exciting part of this, of course, is the unboxing itself. You want to know what's inside this box, don't you? Which Rolex watch have I aspired to attain for years, but for whatever reason it's never quite been the right time for me to pick it up. This was the right time for me to pick it up, guys, and here it is. Here it is, guys. I'm sure you recognise this watch immediately. This is the Rolex Explorer 124270, the 36mm Rolex Explorer. How about that? Yeah, guys, this watch was released, the latest version of this watch was released in 2021 with the new 3230 movement. Rolex dropped the size, the dimension back down to the traditional 36mm. Of course, as you know, it was 39mm for several years. They now have several versions, of course. Several versions, as in they've got the 40mm version of this watch. But for me, the 36mm Explorer is the classic Explorer. It's a classic watch, of course. It's a very classic watch, but in 36mm. And I have tried on the 40, and I really liked it. But if I ever were to get an Explorer, it would always be the 36mm. So I was blown away when I got the text message for this watch. I wasn't expecting to get this watch. But here we are. We have the 36mm Explorer added to the Random Watch Dude collection. Let me just set that down for you now, and I'll put it on the wrist. Let me just take off the old Riddler here. There's the Riddler. Let's just give you a side-by-side comparison of these two watches, guys, so that you can see how the 36mm compares to the 40. So this is a 40mm GMT Master 2 and a 36mm Explorer. There you go. Yeah, the 36mm is considerably smaller, of course. It's considerably smaller. But 36mm for me, and I know a lot of you guys will say, well, Mark, you haven't got a tiny wrist, Mark. I haven't got a big wrist either. I've got a 7.2-inch wrist. Why'd you go for a 36mm? Why did you go for a 36mm, I ask you? That's what you'll be thinking. But look at it. I just think 36mm is the perfect size, traditional size for a man's wristwatch. I really do. And that's why the 36mm Explorer, for me, is the only size to get an Explorer in. And I can tell you now, I picked this watch up 3 days ago now. I've barely taken it off the wrist. It is so comfortable. It is so comfortable, guys. I'm not going to go in and do an in-depth review on this watch. There are hundreds, literally, of reviews on this watch on the internet. This is just a quick show and tell, an unboxing video of my lovely Rolex Explorer 36, which I'm so proud to own. I absolutely adore it. It is lovely. It's got some vintage vibes, hasn't it? I mean, other than the size, it's got some vintage vibes. What do I mean by vintage vibes? Well, vintage vibe watches tend to have quite narrow clasps. This has a 14mm clasp. The clasp is considerably narrower even than, let's say, the GMT Master 2. There's the GMT Master 2. There you go. Actually, the GMT Master 2's clasp is quite narrow, but this is a 14mm. This is a 14mm. I did compare this clasp, by the way, to my Submariner, and I'll put a picture up. I'll put a picture up right there, look, of the Submariner next to this watch, and the Submariner clasp is considerably thicker, or should I say, the Explorer 36 clasp is considerably narrower than the standard clasp, 14mm. And despite being 14mm, it's still quite thick, it's still quite a chunky clasp, which I think helps it retain that kind of sense of heft and weight that this watch does have. It doesn't feel like a diminutive watch at all, but it is narrow at the clasp, 19mm between the lugs, which is a very traditional 19mm, the old 3/4 inch in Imperial, the old 3/4 inch lug width. That's a traditional vintage throwback, isn't it? And of course, Well, the other thing that's very vintage-esque about this watch is the fact that the crystal sits quite considerably higher than the bezel there. So the crystal sits a good, I'd say about 1.2 to 1.3 millimeters higher than the actual bezel. That's a very much a throwback to the vintage watches where they had considerably domed crystals, and the crystal sat really proud of the bezel. And of course, this is a very traditional face, isn't it? Look at that face. It's very traditional. It's very 1950s, 1960s. You can just imagine, this is the sort of watch that if it was around at the time, Sean Connery would have put on his wrist, and put his Zippo lighter up against it just to tell the time. You don't need to these days, of course, because the lume on these things is so epic. But just look at that dial. Such a beautiful traditional dial with the 369 numerals and a big triangle slice of pizza at the top. Lovely balanced dial. Traditional Mercedes hour hand and stick minute hand. The watch is running, as I said earlier, on the 3230 movement. This particular one, it's only been going for 3 days since I picked it up. It's running at about plus 1.5 seconds per day so far. I'm actually expecting it to slow down a tiny bit, maybe down to plus 1 or plus half a second a day. They tend to run just a tad fast, for a few weeks until they've settled in. So I'm expecting this watch to run absolutely spot on in a few weeks' time. I'll keep you updated, I'll let you know. But there you go, guys. This is probably, and I'll explain towards the end of this video, this is probably the last modern Rolex that I'm going to buy for quite some considerable period of time. There you go, guys. Rolex Explorer 36 next to the GMT Master 2 VTNR. So there you go, guys, there's my new latest acquisition, the Rolex Explorer 36mm 124270. Love it. Absolutely love the watch. Absolutely love it. It's just come at the right time for me. I was just getting to that stage in my watch collecting journey, and also getting to that stage with Rolex as a brand where I was starting to lose a little bit of faith in them with maybe some quality control issues that I'd seen. And also the catalogue wasn't really doing it for me. Some of their latest releases have been a bit crap, particularly the new Land Dweller, garish, kind of chavvy, very expensive, overcooked, like a Datejust, on steroids, I suppose, and also double the price. That Land Dweller wasn't doing it for me, as well as some of the other releases that Rolex have put out recently. Added on top of that, of course, their price increases, which, of course, are always a concern for us watch addicts, price increases. So I had got to a stage with Rolex where I wasn't really seeing anything in the catalogue that was doing it for me, either from a price perspective or a design perspective. The Rolex Explorer 36mm, that for me, that's it. That's completed the collection for me. Really, it's a sports watch. It's a traditional sports watch. It's got absolutely stacks of heritage. It's kind of in the right price bracket for what it is. It kind of fits into the don't know what it fits into, really. I'm just trying to find reasons to justify why I spent 13,000 New Zealand dollars on a bloody wristwatch.